Honestly, today is a big shock. I'm still a bit overwhelmed, if I'm really honest, because we definitely didn't expect this weekend to be fighting so closely with the Red Bulls at this particular track. But with the temperatures being cooler, we just managed to. We are closer to them, but I didn't think going into qualifying. I think P3 Max was 6/10 ahead.
Although I'm P2 and I could have been on pole today, I'm not there yet with the car. The consistency is not there. It's not like it used to be when I knew the car straight out Q1 and you can put the best lap you possibly can. Things are taking some time.
Yeah, just not a clean lap in Q3. Just some odd mistakes which haven't happened in a long time. So not a good lap, but nevertheless we're still up there, and I think we have a good race car. So it's hopefully going to be an exciting one tomorrow.
P4 is a great result for the team today. I don't know, for some reason it felt like we were a bit less competitive throughout quali today, or I felt like I was struggling a bit more to achieve the lap times I wanted compared to yesterday. So yeah, let's wait and see whether it might be that we took a small compromise for the race tomorrow that's a bit more difficult for quali but should help us in the race tomorrow.
I must say it was very, very good. I'm really happy because the whole quali was a bit harder than in Bahrain, I think Alpine and Aston Martin, McLaren picked up the pace and we looked to be a bit slower than the McLaren, and I've just managed to put the lap together in Q3. It was really clean lap.
The whole weekend I was not a top 6 guy, probably not even close. So it was a little, I guess the word's surprising, but yeah, I think it's probably just still the reality of, not still having a whole lot of time in the car, and I don't want to keep saying it as an excuse, but I just know each lap I turn I'm getting better. And
We definitely didn't start very well. We started quite a long way off the pace, but we made some really good improvements over the course of the weekend from Friday. Well, from already FP1 into P2, P2 overnight into P3, and then again P3 into quali. So things were looking good, and they did a good job. And like you said, the car was pretty hooked up today. But yeah, I let everyone down, so a bit gutted.
There I couldn't trust the rear end of the car, and it was something that I didn't feel in the whole qualifying before that. So I don't know what happened. So need to investigate. So for sure disappointing.
Overall, I think we maximized the potential today. P9 was the maximum that we could have done. The other ones were a little bit too much further up the road. So to be in Q3, I think it's a satisfaction, and we are pretty pleased with that.
We got to watch out for some other guys, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. Weather could be a bit interesting tomorrow, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it was a bad day in the office for me. I honestly felt quick all weekend, but always felt like I couldn't put the lap together, and qualifying exposed it. I was just a bit all over the place, never really managing to put a corner together during the whole lap, and even though I felt quick in the corners that I managed to nail, I just couldn't put it together. So disappointed, because I know the lap time was there. If I do a good job, I know I could have gone through Q3.
Ahead of the weekend, I thought Q3 was maybe possible this weekend. After all of the practice sessions, I thought absolutely no way, and I'll be doing good to get out of Q1. I was just struggling. I don't know why. The car felt good, but I was just off the pace, and Nicholas was driving really, really well, and it's been fast every single session, but we managed to do a really good job in Q2 when it mattered.
It was a reasonable session, I think there was a little bit more that I could have put together with the lap, so not entirely happy, but it's obviously very tight, and small differences in time can make quite a lot of positions.
Yeah, very pleased overall, especially with Q1. We almost didn't even make it out for qualifying. I'm not sure if the cameras were on the car at all, but obviously I had the crash, the little bump of the wall in P3, and even though we did get back out there to do laps, there was still some kind of residual things that the team needed to check over, and if it wasn't for the red flag with, Yuki's crash, I wouldn't have made it out for qualifying. So kind of thankful for that, obviously unfortunate for Yuki.
I was not good enough. That's probably the easiest answer. I felt good the car. I felt fast. The balance was good, but every time I crossed the line, it was not good enough to be in the top 10.
We tried our best, and we were a tiny bit off. And there's nothing major wrong with the car. We were just that little bit 10th away, and for sure it's there to found it, but it's that's how it was today.
Yeah, it's quite clear. We respect each other on this, starting the lap, and he didn't respect. This is really not correct for a qualifying lap, and I didn't make my last lap, so yeah, difficult to say.
All I want to say is really just let's be mindful of how Bahrain went, and just take that into consideration and take it into this weekend. I'm just looking forward to driving, really.
Yeah, it's not easy. With the car, and obviously we're racing drivers, so we're there to finish as high as possible. So yeah, you try and extract the most, and the car is just a little bit difficult to drive, to be consistent and to be sure where it is going to be every lap. But apart from all that, it's reality. We know it. I'm not ready to go and dwell on it every race.
Yeah, I had a massive instability in entry, massive snap, and couldn't control that car, and just spins into the barrier. I think until that, I think the pace was really good.